Hello, this is Ben with Grassmasters. I had done a write-up on my website uh, probably 6 months ago about fixing a Honda Harmony 1011 riding mower SPICER transmission, and I thought that I would go ahead and make a video out of it. I wasn't doing YouTube at the time, so I don't have any video, so we'll be stuck looking at pictures and listening to me ramble on about it. The symptoms of a blown up transmission are pretty obvious. First of all, it doesn't work, and second of all, if it's seized up like mine, the belt smokes like crazy when you try to use it. Well, the first thing I did was I removed the whole transmission with tires and all from underneath the lawnmower, and you notice on the pulley that there's a pretty heavy amount of damage there. It looks like the pulley spun on the shaft, and the little woodruff key got crammed in there. That was kind of hard to get off. I had to beat that apart. But before you can do that, you have to split the case, uh, go down on the top, on the underside of the top part of the case. You can get to the input shaft and take off the gear and pull the whole shaft out. And it's really not that hard to do. One thing to keep in mind is you definitely want to keep track of where the washers go because the spacing of this is pretty important. I messed around a little bit taking washers in and out, and I got some really terrible sounding clicking and ticking and grinding noises uh, just spinning it by hand. But anyways, but once you pull the input shaft out, most likely what you'll see is that the bearings are dead. Most likely the one on the top part, the top side. Uh, I beat these bearings out with a socket. I found that a number or 14 millimeter Craftsman socket fit right in there and gave me good control to beat these bearings out. Once I beat the bearing out, you can see the size. It's the the INA SCE 1010. I looked those up on eBay and they were somewhere around like $5 with free shipping off of eBay. Pretty cheap stuff. So I put my parts list together. Wound up I had to get a pulley, a woodruff key, and a lock ring, and then two of these bearings. Now, when you're beating these bearings in, you definitely want to always hammer them in from the side that has the writing on it because that side is thick and the other side is just rolled steel. So if you hammer on the side that's rolled, you can destroy your new bearing. So the same way I got the old bearings out, I put the new ones in, hammered them in, and then in this picture, you can see that I'm assembling the input shaft. Now the end of the input shaft has a taper on it, so you can really only put it together one way. Yeah, so you put the uh, lock ring on the end of the shaft, and then you put your woodruff key in there, and then you slide your pulley on from the bottom side to the top, and then there's another lock ring underneath that with some washers underneath that, and then you can slide that right into the top of the case, and then go back under and reinstall the gear drive like you uh, had it before you took it apart, and then you're done. It's repaired. It's fixed. You just gotta put the thing back together. It's really not that big of a job considering that a new transmission would have cost you $600, and this way to do it probably save you some big bucks. It saved me about $500. These pulleys and things are kind of expensive, but not really all that bad. Anyways, before I put my transmission back together, I went ahead and lubricated it just with some grease. But I don't know if that's really a good thing to do because the amount of grease that's in there is probably adequate. But I just added more because I don't know, more is better. Then I cleaned the surfaces on the different halves of the case and I sealed them together with silicone. I don't really know if that's necessary to do, but I just wanted to try to make it as watertight as possible. Although I think that's kind of a lost cause because this transmission was never designed to be waterproof, and that's where a lot of people have problems You start reading about the ongoing problems of these SPICER transmissions, and they say they split the case and it's full of water. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my video version of this. For a full write-up, just go to my website at grassmastersdenton.com, and I'll leave a link to the page where the write-up's at. All right, thank you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And also, I'd like to get some feedback, so please give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Tell me how I'm doing.